Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So Palantir receives a bear report, insiders are selling, is it time to panic? So I wanted to give you guys my take on this, and it's going to be a bit of a contrary take, at least I hope so. Stick around, make sure, I'm going to keep it very short. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and check me out on Twitter. It's been really blowing up recently. Vince is bullish, that's my Twitter handle. So Palantir gets a bear report, and if you are on Twitter, there's a lot of drama in the Palantir community, and Palantir Vision tweeted that if somebody has a bear thesis, we should hear them out, right? And he is right. He's right. Okay, so this guy, his name is Edwin Dorsey. He has a Substack newsletter that is pretty big as far as I understand. The only problem is that you can only get access to this if you pay $60 something. And I'm not willing to burn $63 because just a few headlines of this report is showing that this guy is a very unserious bear. So the guy basically says that despite retail investor enthusiasm for the stock, the company is an AI imposter engaging in serious games to inflate its books and obfuscate its less sexy role as an overhyped data consultant. So very many things wrong in this one sentence. I don't even know how he manages to get this done. So first of all, the recent stock price of, okay, Palantir does have a lot of retail enthusiasm, but I want to make something clear. The recent increase in the stock price is not retail, okay? The volume, the speed of increase, and the money that was flowing into Palantir, that is not retail money. That is big boy, institutional, really heavy duty dollars, okay? Then AI imposter, where does this come from? They were rated the #1 AI company by revenue from a Forrester research before even ChatGPT came out. They have an IL-6 certification from the US government, so that means that they, are really doing something very serious. So I don't know what this guy is talking about, how this company would be an AI imposter, okay? But to be honest, it doesn't matter if they're an AI imposter or not an AI imposter, because you judge the company by their earnings potential and their revenue growth, and you discount their future possible cash flows, and that's how you get the stock price. And I don't care if you call it oranges, apples, or AI or whatever, Palantir has a huge potential and is a super good company, okay? And then overhyped data consultants. So this line tells me that I'm never gonna pay for this guy's report to read it, because for you to get to the conclusion that Palantir is a consultancy, it tells me that you did about 5 minutes of due diligence on this company. As I've done countless videos on this subject, to truly understand Palantir, you need to spend hundreds of hours of watching YouTube videos. And this is my contrarian take. This is awesome, because this means that, okay, we take it. This very important point will come very, very shortly, okay? So I just want to explain that Palantir is doing something that nobody else is doing, and they have a super big software instead of a super thin software, and they fully handle a problem. So they are selling results, they're not actually selling a program. And the only way that this can be delivered is that they send out a team of, not consultants. Oh my God, this report is getting to me. It's a bit late here. So they're sending out a team of forward deployed engineers to huge companies like PG, British Petroleum, Jacobs, fantastic presentation in the AIP Con. And they completely tailor-make the program to these companies and ask them, okay, what problems is your company running into? How can we help you? And then they deliver that. And that is very low profit and very low margin in year one. But this is the problem, or the good thing for us, is that in year 2, you need less and less forward deployed engineers, and you get more and more profit. And then in year 3, you almost need no engineers out there, and you're getting pure profit. And the company where you deliver this solution is 100% dependent on you. It's like a drug that you're giving them, and it's very hard to go off of this system. So this is the good thing. No, still not ready for this point. So The point is, if your due diligence is 5 minutes, I can see how you can come to the conclusion that this is not scalable and they are a glorified consultancy. But if you do a little more due diligence, you're going to see that this is one of their biggest moats. Nobody else is doing this. They are a true monopoly in the making, a Peter Thiel 0 to 1 company. And this is going to be their strength. As they get more and more customers, they're going to be insanely profitable because they're so sticky, and they didn't sell a program that you can just install, try on a freemium, and and if you want to switch, then you just cancel this subscription and you go to the other one. You actually integrate it. It becomes like the central nervous system of your company, and it's super hard to go off of this. So here's the point that I want to make. It's amazing that there is still lots of people who have this understanding, because this just shows me that we are not in a bubble, that this rally that has started is it's in its infancy, because still 90% of the market still doesn't get Palantir. The stock that you and I have been buying and we've been making lots of money on has a lot more to go, because there is so many of these boneheaded guys who just don't get it. And when I would be worried is when everybody understands Palantir and there's zero bears and the whole market is just positive, 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 then I would be very worried. I'm very happy for this short report. This was not a very good effort. I hope that there will be some other short reports that maybe bring up some better points that make the stock price go down, and maybe I can possibly buy more Palantir, even though I'm not supposed to, because it's already 85% of my portfolio because it has run up so much. But I just love this company so much. Can't talk enough about it. So now the insider selling. I wanted to show you something. There has been a lot of news that the insiders are selling. It's a very bad sign. Oh my God, let's quit this company. So you have to put everything into perspective. Perspective. So the employees that are working for Palantir, some of them get a lot of their compensation in stock-based compensation. I'm sure that you have heard about this. So this means that they have had relatively low salaries compared to the positions that they have in the company. For example, I heard that Shyam Sankar's salary is 700,000. I heard it on the Palantir Weekly podcast. I assume that it's correct. And you would imagine that to be like a number 2 or a number 3 in Palantir, you would get $5, maybe $10 million per year as salary, but he doesn't, because the rest of the money comes in stocks. So that means that the only way for him to realize his net worth, because on paper he has a lot of money, is that he has to sell his shares, right? And you have to look at, okay, how many shares are these people selling and what can be their motivation? As if these insiders are buying shares, it's obviously there's only one reason to buy the shares, and that's because you think that the stocks are going to go up. But to sell the shares, you can have millions of reasons. Maybe, you want to buy your dream house. Maybe, you need money for medical treatment. I don't know. It can be, maybe you think that, okay, 100% of my wealth is in Palantir. I want to diversify, take a little bit of money off the table and invest into something else. So let's sell a few tens of millions of dollars, and the rest of my money goes into something else. Karp owns 64 million shares of Palantir, and at the current stock price, that's 640 million plus a lot, almost $1 billion. Okay, so Shyam Sankar, he owns 2.3 million shares, and that is about $33 million of Palantir. And because we live in such transparent times, you can see how many shares these guys have been selling. So here is Shyam Sankar, and you can see all of his sales from basically since they DPO'd to today. And it is correct that he sold $15 million of his shares, which is 33% of his position. Now, do I like seeing that? No. Do I think it's a reason for me to sell Palantir? Absolutely not. You can see that this guy has been selling every 3 months quite many millions. I guess that he is getting stock-based compensation, so he's selling shares, but he's also getting shares. And you can see that in the year-end 2021, he sold for $12 million. In 2021, again, he sold for $14 million. So it's not that he's never done it before. I wouldn't read too much into this. Then we look at Alex Karp. This is the guy, because Shyam is like a number 2, number 3 at Palantir. Karp is, you know, the number 1 at Palantir. So I would be very worried if he would be selling a lot of shares. You can see that he has also been taking money off the table. You can see he has even had 50 million in shares sales in 2021. And again, you have to remember, this is like the first time that he himself got any liquidity. He has been working 20 years at this company. The company was supposed to be a $1 billion company, and yet he himself was living on a salary his whole life. So finally, they DPO'd, the lockup period expired. That means that he could get some liquidity, and you can clearly see that he took some money off the table in 2021, and then you can see he stopped. So that's a quite bullish sign, I would say, that he stopped. Then he started selling a little bit in 2022, and then you can see that in 2023 he probably went on a plan that every 3 months he will sell 3-4 million to supplement his income. But if you see that he owns $1 billion of shares, so he's selling like 3% of his total net worth, and on top of it he's still getting stock-based compensation. And you know, just to put everything in perspective, I looked at Tesla, and this is the insider transactions of Tesla. Sorry, this is the CFO of Tesla, who I would compare to Shyam Sankar, you know, and you can see that this guy also owns about 42 million. So even his ownership in Tesla is very similar to Shyam's Palantir ownership, and you can see that he is also on a plan where he's routinely selling millions of dollars. Here is $2 million, $2 million 3 months later. You know, 1 point something million a month later. And is this Tesla news? No, this is probably on a plan. It's really a nothing burger. So this was a very deep analysis of the Palantir inside selling. It's really not a thing to worry about for me. The short report is a joke. And the fact that there is these short reports and the people still don't get Palantir, even though we have done so many videos on it, is a good sign for us and shows that this bubble or bull run is at the very beginning, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.